So can you sue the state of Tennessee for wrongful death? The short answer is yes, you can, but the longer answer is it's really difficult and there are limits to the state's exposure and liability. So this goes back to an idea called sovereign immunity, which is something we inherited basically from the British. The law of the United States, the early law, imported a lot of British legal concepts. And even though we had a revolution to overthrow kings, we still inherited this idea that the king can do no wrong, which means that unless the state waives its immunity, then it is immune. Then you can't sue them. So pretty much every state, all of them to my knowledge, but especially including Tennessee, have waived sovereign immunity. They've created a limited waiver where you can sue them for certain injuries if those injuries are caused by the negligence of a state employee acting in the course and scope of their employment. So the thing to know is there is a very limited statute that allows you to sue for certain things, and it can't just be absolutely anything. It has to be in certain categories where you are suing, in our example for the video today, for wrongful death. So as an example, if a state trooper or any state employee in the course of employment, but it's more likely to be a trooper, is driving a vehicle and causes a fatal car accident, that is specifically waived. Sovereign immunity is waived for the negligent operation of a motor vehicle, and you can sue for that. The other thing to know is that the state has placed a hard limit on the amount of money that you can get in a wrongful death case against the state. So let's say, in our example, that someone is making $1 million a year and they're 30 years old, and the state trooper runs the red light and causes a fatal accident. Now, the state trooper is on the hook for that, or more importantly, the state itself is on the hook for that. The state trooper will not be individually liable. But the most that the state will ever have to pay for that, despite this guy is, in our hypothetical, is 30 years old and makes $1 million every year, is $300,000.